I don't know the exact story. Here's what I remember. She was bad mouthing one of my brothers or something along that lines. And before you knew it, hair was tangled, and they were rolling around with this teenage girl my mom being, I mean, big and pregnant. I know they probably didn't want to tell the story, but but she protected, just like a mother hen, of any of her children, that nobody was going to say anything about our family. Um, there was she was married to my father, Vince, and as they were growing up, as they were raising a young family and trying to make ends meet and work really hard to start his optical business, my father and my mother worked, side by side, hand in hand, and would do anything that necessary to help to grow that business. And they did, and it became very successful, very, very well known throughout the Indianapolis area. And they came to a point where they started making a little bit of money. And at that point, what they decided to buy as a big purchase was a van. And we're not talking a minivan; it was a van because we had a big family, so we had to carry all those family members in that van. But so it was just a modest van, just something to be able to take care of and provide for the family. Another thing that happened is I remember my mother. She decided to buy my father a watch. It wasn't a Rolex or anything like that, but it was a more than average expensive watch, and she gave it to him, and he really didn't want to accept it because it seemed to be a little too expensive, but he accepted it anyway. And but anytime they had a little bit of money, she never thought of herself. It was always to give to others. Um, that's just the way that my mother was. She was always thinking of somebody else. Um, Granny was always full of energy. Um, Anybody, and I'm sure there's lots of stories within our family that if anybody needed help, she was always there. And probably family members would probably ask her because they knew how much energy she had and would get things done. If they wanted something painted or something in their house, they would call mom over, and she would be there, and she'd be on a ladder. She'd be up there just painting away. And I'm talking about probably not that too many, maybe a year or two ago. So she'd be